Hello. It's, oh my god. You know, I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, it's really humid in here and, like, things are happening to the hair bits. Okay. Hello. Welcome to a video that features myself and some items that I'm going to show you. This is a San Francisco International Pen Show for 2019, like, recap. I'm just going to tell you about the stuff I did and show you some of the goodies that I came home with because I basically lost my mind at this show. I thought that the DC show was like my breaking point because it had been a long time since I had been to a pen show where I actually shopped a lot. Like, I had gone to multiple shows and I was just like, you know, I kept talking myself out of stuff and I just didn't need anything. I mean, I still don't need anything. But again, as I said in the DC recap, who goes to a pen show when they, like, need stuff? You don't. None of us there actually need anything. We're just there because we're crazy. So, in case you don't know, I am Aziza, aka Gourmet Pens, and I was there working as Toronto Pen Company, but also like representing myself, which is Gourmet Pens. So let me tell you a bit about the show. It was at the Hotel Pullman in Redwood City, and it was a very interesting journey because we actually flew out from Buffalo. So we drove from Toronto to Buffalo, then we flew from Buffalo to Chicago, then Chicago to San Francisco, and then we got a ride from Franz. Hi Franz, thank you so much. He picked us up at the airport at like midnight and drove us to the hotel. So by the time we actually got to bed, it was like 1:30 a.m., which was actually like 4:30 a.m. Toronto time, so I think we were all a little like disoriented, but it's okay. It was fun. I did not sleep on the plane. I can sleep on planes, but I didn't. So, so we unpacked, we slept, and on Friday, Salman and I of Toronto Pen Company, we did a lettering and calligraphy workshop using letters and textures, where we have our ruling pen modified pilot parallels. And it was really fun. It was not as messy as they have been in the past because I kind of warned everybody, like, be prepared for the splatter this time. So we were a little more equipped in that regard. And then, so that actually ran to like 12:30 or so. And then my friends and I, we did the Michael Saul Filigree Ornamentation Flourishing class from like 1 to 5, which was fascinating because I actually think that's the first workshop I've taken at a pen show, and I wasn't actually planning to take it, but my friends were like, well, we're going to sign up, so you should do it too. And I was like, okay, I guess so. Like, I'd really never considered a workshop, despite the fact that I teach workshops at pen shows. Anyway, it turned out really interesting. First of all, it was really cool to learn from Michael Saul. Obviously, he is super skilled, super talented, and such a sweet guy. So let me just tell you a bit about it. We did scrollwork and scrolling and filigree. So we had these handouts, and he gave us pens and paper. Okay, I am a huge nerd. Let me just show you what I did. For like 4 hours, I took notes. Okay, I know it's blown out, but you can kind of see it. I took lots of notes. So these were the instructional notes, and here were the examples as I followed along. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to show you without the ring light blowing it out. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what is here. It was really interesting, and I'm actually really excited about practicing the stuff. Here's one of the things that I did. Let's see if we could show this to you. There you go. Sorry about the lighting. I've got it at the lowest setting. It's just really bright because I'm close to it. So this was filigree, and it was really fun. I had a lot of fun. I think the guys like who I took the course with, they thought I was completely nuts because I took like 20 pages of notes. So they probably thought I was completely insane, like scribbling madly and following along and practicing. But I'm like, this is how I studied in university. I was a mega nerd, and I like pens, so it seems very appropriate. So we did that on Friday. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. And it was actually, the workshop was a gift from a friend. So thank you to my friend. You know who you are. I really liked it, and I'm excited to come home and practice these skills further. And also because it's a great way to use up pens and ink, which is one of the driving factors for me in all creative endeavors. Because I'm like, I have so much paper, I have so many pens, I have so much ink. How do I use this up in a meaningful way that is creative and enjoyable and satisfying? Because I love using things up. So that's the way. And then let me see. We went to IHOP for dinner because I was craving pancakes for weeks. So we went to IHOP and then we walked home, which was like an hour. And then we went to sleep because we actually had 2 workshops to teach the next day. So again, we did lettering and calligraphy with lines and tines, which is more like flourishing and decoration, using our scroll modified pilot parallels. And then I taught a pilot parallel calligraphy 101 class, which was a blast. Honestly, like, the letters and textures and lines and tines is a bit more like classy and formal, but like PP 101 is just a messy blast, and I had so much fun, and I'm so grateful to all of you who took all of our courses. But like PP 101 was hilarious because we all either knew each other or were meeting for the first time but knew each other from online, so it was just a really fun experience. And we had no disasters with the inks this time, so that's good. And then on Sunday, I'll talk about the rest of the show after, but on Sunday we did another course of letters and textures, which was fantastic. And then finally at basically 1 p.m. I was done teaching, and then I had time to go shopping. So I did a lot of shopping. They say that you should wait till the end of the show, and if what you really want is still there is meant for you, and that like if you see something on the first day that you should wait like an hour just to let the urge, like the temptation pass, and if you still want it an hour, you still want it. Well, that doesn't really work when you only have like 3 hours left to shop because you don't have time to wait. So I actually didn't even see the entire show. I walked most of it, but I didn't have time to get to every table. I'm super bummed about it. But I can say that the San Francisco show has a very interesting variety of vendors that I have not seen at all the other shows. So I had a really good time in that regard. Now, let me show you some of the goodies. I'm just going to go through the stack in no particular order, okay? First of all, one of the great things about shows is that vendors and companies and stuff, they bring swag. And swag is really fun because you get stickers and pins. So I want to throw these, but I'm going to have to pick them up afterwards, so I won't. But there are stickers and pins. So I've got washi tape from Fountain Pen Day, knock stickers, Aurora, well-appointed desk, color rings, well-appointed desk, and I've got Atelier Lusso, which is the dragons, and I got blotting sheets from Classic Fountain Pens, and Kara's Customs had like a huge selection of stickers, which were to die for, as well, like more stickers. Wild. And I also had to go to them and tell them that I absolutely love their Vertex mountain pen. And I also got the Fountain Pen Day San Francisco Pen Show pin. So there was that. I got a package of like gel pens, pencils, micro brush pens and stuff from Pentel. They were actually just walking around. I don't think they had a table, but that should be fun to check out. And this stuff is going to be perfect for my filigree, flourishing, and ornamentation stuff that I learned from Michael Sell. So that's awesome. I got way more stuff than I needed. I went with cash because I was like, if I have a budget, it'll be sensible. I did not overspend. I didn't have to dip into my PayPal, but I overspent in that I bought stuff very impulsively. I tried to be sensible. I was super sensible, like right up till the end, and then I lost all sensibility. So let me show you. I got, in the DC show, I talked about this, but I got another set of the Galen Leather A5 notebooks. And this time, whereas at the DC show I was sharing mine, this time I got my very own. So wait, I'm struggling here. So it comes with 3 notebooks. They are Tomoe River, 52 grams. I've got a blotting sheet in there. Rounded corners. They're beautiful, and I really like these. They also come with a little guide sheet and a little leather writing pad so that you have like a softer writing experience. Honestly, Galen Leather, you guys are amazing. So I am a huge fan of the product, like the leather, I'm sorry, the everyday notebook product. Tomoe River, fantastic packaging, presentation, very fair price. So I'm really happy with this. I'm really excited about that. Totally worth the purchase. So I got that. I got My Name Flourished by Michael Sell. Amazing. And I did record it, so I will actually put that clip in right now. Enjoy. The skill is unreal. It's just wild, obviously. I don't have this kind of skill. I don't really have much skill anyway. But it was a pleasure to chat with him and see his work, and it was just really fun. And you're like, wow, this is why we're all into pens and flourishing, because things can look this good. Not when I do it, but in theory it could. So that was fun. I went to Yamamoto and I got the paper testing pack, which I guess I'll open because I've got other things in there too. So the paper testing pack is a bunch of papers that, like a couple of each paper. It is called the Fountain Pen Friendly Paper Collection. There are 18 different papers and a couple sheets of each for you to test out. And I was like, this will be a really fun video to do, just like writing on all these papers to see how they work out. So each section has description of the paper, like what it is, and tells you about it. So that's going to be a pretty long video, but I think maybe because there's 18 sheets, maybe I'll break it up into like multiples, but I'm looking forward to that. So that's from Yamamoto Paper. There were some calligraphy guild members there doing bookmarks of your name in different styles of calligraphy. So I've got these two, Gourmet Pens and Aziza. Thank you, ladies. It was beautiful to watch them work. They're, not surprisingly, really skilled. And I got bookmarks because who don't like to read? Well, I read. I got a Bungu Box, one of the small pads of Yupo paper. I've never used Yupo paper, but it's like this plastic paper, apparently. There's no information on it on this notebook, but you can look it up. Yupo paper. I don't know. I just figured all I use is like Rhodia and Midori and Maruman and Tomoe River and Stalogy. Okay, that's actually a lot of paper. But I was like, you know what? I just felt really impulsive, and it was just cute and small, and I was like, I can squeeze that into my carry-on. So I got it, and that's what I did. I shamefully also, don't judge me, I got another one of these. This was actually a gift. So technically it's not really my fault, but it's a Musubi notebook. And again, don't judge me, it is the cat. Again, I have plans for these notebooks, and I've already started working on the plan for one of them, and they're just really cute. So these are the prototypes, and so they are Tomoe River. They're beautiful. Like, I just like them. What I really like about them is they're not super thick. Like, I really like the 7Cs and notebooks and stuff like that, but they're really thick. So this is way lighter, and it's really cute, and the hardcover protects the very delicate, crinkly paper inside. So, thank you to my gifter, you know who you are. I love it. I love cats. I love Tomoe River paper. So, I don't know, not much to complain about there, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful presentation. I love it. Now, there are other things, because you're thinking, okay, you got a lot of stickers and you got a lot of paper. Did you get anything else? And I did. Okay, let me show you what I got. Shall we? There are a couple miscellaneous smaller things. Let me show you the smaller things. I wanted this for a long time. It's a Notco pencil case pouch that looks like a pencil, like one of the regular #2 yellow pencils with pink erasers. I'm a sucker. I wanted it, and I really like it. I really like pouches, and I like the size, so I got one. So that was fun. And I actually wish I had gotten more things, but I was trying to be like kind of sensible. So there we go. Let me show you the inks, and then I'll show you the pen. No, wait, let me show you other things. At Bungu Box, they had this little pen wrap. So it's very small, and you open it up, and it has these little cushion slots. They're super cushy, And I really like this because I'm like, this is very convenient. It's very small. A lot of my cases and wraps are very large and bulky. This is not. So I purchased this. I was really excited about it. A gift that I received. Okay, so I have a couple Namiki Yukaris. They use Con 70s from Pilot. And someone gifted me a Con 70 with watermelons on it. Amazing. I love watermelon. Like the fruit. And how cute they are. So that was a gift. I love it. I'm really excited about it. I also love this pen. So it just works out really well. Let's put that away, shall we? That's one of the smaller things. Let's do the inks. So one of the inks I got is from Van Ness Pens. It's Joey Feldman's Mysterious Super Secret Writing Fluid. First of all, this bottle is like totally wild, okay? The label is wild. The top is wild. Holy smokes, that is cool. Wicked. It's like a purple blue. It's not really a blurple, but it's... Wait, I have a swab. It is this color. Now, this is very light because of the lighting, so it looks a little darker in person. So, you know what? It is a blurple. Like, I think it leans more towards blue, but if you purchased one, you got Joey art. So I got Joey art, which is awesome because it's really creepy and amazing. And I totally love it, and I wish I had skills like this. But I don't. So thank you, Joey. I actually split this bottle with a friend. Okay, in fairness, he bought it, and I was like, yoink! So at some point, he'll get it back. But that's what we do sometimes. Like, we split ink bottles because then it's like, how do I justify this? Well, I'm sharing with friends, and it's okay. So that's one of the inks I got. We also got the Robert Auster Bauer Inks Canada exclusive color, Astorquiza Olive. And it's a gorgeous olive. It's like a army green, but nicer. Great shading. I love Claudia, and I love Robert Auster inks, so I got no complaints. That's pretty awesome. Again, I'm sharing that with someone. We got the Pappy Bloom Marine Green Show Exclusive ink. Very cool, very green. And let me show you the swab that I have here. It is like a true lighter green. Very nice color, beautiful shading. And last but not least, we got Noodler's Show Exclusive ink, which is Harold's Hearse, and I picked this one up at Luxury Brands, who are the distributors for Noodler's. Fantastic. I haven't seen the movie Harold and Maude, but I guess I will watch it. It says Harold's Hearse, driven by Claude Monet. The beauty of highlighted shading is best when darkness loves a sunflower. And wait till you see this very interesting color. It's like sunflower greenish yellow. It's a weird color. Not surprising. It shades really well. It's actually, it was not super sheeny, so it didn't take a really long time to dry or anything. Very odd color. Interesting. I look forward to trying this in a pen that shades really well. Okay, now we are down to the pens. So let me do a couple of the pens. As always, when Frank and Christoph is at a pen show, I always miss the prototypes because I was teaching workshops. But I got a pen, and the pen I got is one of my favorite models, the Model 46 in the brown diamond cast. And I opted to upgrade for the 18 karat double broad gold nib. Worth it. It's got a blob of tippet on there. Pretty happy about that. Sorry. Frank and Christoph pens are a staple at a pen show, and if you're not sure what to get, you can pretty much find anything you want there with a huge selection of nibs. So I'm not paid. I just really like their pens. So that's one of the pens I got. One of the other pens I got, I'm not going to show you the box because it's not very, I don't really care about the box. It came with this pen sleeve. Oh, an Atelier Lusso rickshaw sleeve. The inside of the sleeve is purple fuzz. Does that give you a hint what the pen is? No? Okay, well, it is a Carina in Purple Radiance. Holy smokes, that is a gorgeous pen. Look at that glitter. So I had no intention of getting this, and I went to the table, and I just saw it sitting there, and I was like, What is this? So I got a broad steel nib on it because I have lots of number 6 nibs, right? I figured I could just put in whatever I wanted. Beautiful pen. I'm like getting into custom pens lately and I'm really enjoying it. So absolutely stunning and I love it. So my friend got the size up version, so the Carina 158, which has a number 8 nib. Mine is the number 6 nib. I will at some point do a review of both so you can see them, but look at that. Beautiful. Okay. That's one of the pens. Now, the last section of things that I did was like some swapping around. So I had this pen. This is a not inexpensive pen. This is a Sakura Milky Way. I bought this at Sakura Fountain Pen Gallery years ago in Belgium. And at the time, I thought I wanted an elastic nib. So I got the medium elastic nib on it. And, you know, the weird thing is, like, I like bouncy nibs. I like flex nibs. I hated this nib. I did not enjoy it at all, and I never used the pen. And I was like, well, I might as well sell this pen because I hate it. I never use it. You can't buy nib units from Sakura. And then, as it turns out, nibs.com from Classic Fountain Pens was at the show. So my friend, who has a whole bunch of Sakuras, he's like, just shoot them an email and see if they can help you with the nib swap. So I did. Honestly, they responded instantly. They dealt with everything really professionally. And I got to meet John Modishaw. I've met him many years ago at the first Dallas pen show I'd ever been to, which was my first pen show. And that's where I fell in love with the Sailor King Eagle nib, because at that time they were still producing them. Anyway, it was really fun. I had a lot of fun at their table. And I swapped my... what's it called? My medium elastic for a double broad. Now, you can't really see it, but you can see there's a lot of shininess and glittering. And the thing is, it basically took a pen that was stunning, but I'd never used because of the nib, to a pen that is stunning and I'm completely in love with. So I'm so happy about this because, like, it just completed the pen for me. So I'm really happy, and I had a great experience with them. So great that I ended up with another pen, which is actually on loan from a friend, but it had a soft fine nib on it, and I was like, gross. So now it has a music nib on it. This is a Sakura Decapod Twist, and I'll do a video comparing the double broad and the music nib at some point, but, like, what I'm trying to convey is, like, we took existing pens and upped the game for them, right? Like, so it made it so much better. And it's like getting a nib grind, right? It just makes it so much better. It just gives you the exact pen you want. So it's not always about just the pen. Like, sometimes just tweaking the nib can change the experience. So I'm really happy about those. Now, the last pen that I purchased was an impulse buy at Payton Street Pens, and I totally did not need it. And I blame Sandra, Cupcake Girl, for this because she was like, oh, try out my music nib on my Sailor, which was a large nib, but not a 21 karat. It was a 14 karat Sailor nib, and it was perfection. It was absolutely divine, and I had tried it like the day before, and I was like, I'm totally in love with this nib, and I just kind of put it at the back of my mind that I would look for one. And at some point, I might get one. Turns out, Payton Street Pens had this adorable yellow 1911 large. Typically, I prefer the Pro Gear, but because of the color and the cute factor and the nib, I was okay with it. So this was made for Levenger in, like, and the person who owned this pen bought it in, like, 97, and it's in immaculate condition. And, oh, wait, I got ink everywhere. Hang on. There's ink everywhere because I've literally thrown this pen around, so I'm sorry. Smelling the ink. It smells good. Let me show you the nib. It is the large 14 karat music nib with the older style engraving. Wait, there we go. Obviously it's blown out. It doesn't really matter. I will post this on my Instagram so you can see it, but I just wanted to show you. I'm really excited about it. It is a killer nib. So it is a music stub, but it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like bouncy, but crisp, but smooth, but soft, but just delightful. So it was my last purchase of the show, basically as the show was wrapping up, and I love it. So I felt a bit bad about the purchase because it was impulsive, and it wasn't super expensive, but it wasn't inexpensive, and I didn't really need it, and I try to stop myself from impulsively buying things, but I'm really happy about it, so it worked out okay. And that's basically it. That's what I purchased, that's what I took home. The show itself was fantastic. I met people I had never met before, but I had been speaking to for years online. And so the weird thing is, like, we never met before, but it just felt like seeing a really good old friend. And I met puppers, and I got, like, pet therapy, and, like, overall it was really good. So it was a super expensive show. Like, it definitely cost a lot to get out there and stay overnight, and, like, food and purchases, but totally worth it.
Cool, right? And then these guys by him got Alright. Might have gone too fast at some
So, that basically wraps up my recap. It was a really long recap, but if you're considering the San Francisco Pen Show, I would definitely recommend it. It was really great. And I've been to quite a few pen shows now, and I gotta say the selection of vendors was fantastic, different, totally worth it. And I mean, it's California, right? Take a couple of days off and go to San Francisco and explore. And yeah, I had a really good time. So thank you to everybody who participated in our workshops. Like, you made it possible for me to get out there and have a good time. It was completely exhausting, but it was totally worth it. And thank you for taking the time out of your pen show experience to come say hi to me. And if you were too shy to say hi, we'll say hi next time. I'm not scary. I'm very affectionate and I don't bite. Well, sometimes, but I won't bite you at a pen show publicly. But it's been like a really rough few months. So like, just like your small acts of kindness of like coming over and saying, hi, I really enjoy what you do. Or like, I'm so excited to meet you. Like, we've been talking for years, you know, whatever it is. I'm really grateful that you took time out of your day to come say hi to me. So I just want you to know that I really appreciate it. And honestly, if it wasn't for all of you, then this would all be really weird because I'd be talking to my camera for no reason, which I do sometimes, but it would be like extra weird. And so I just want you to know that I'm grateful for you. Like, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for your kindness and your support. And just like, thanks for being really awesome people. So I look forward to seeing you guys at future pen shows. And I will be at the Detroit Pen Show on Sunday, October 20th. I'm teaching a Pilot Parallel workshop. I'll include links below for information and in case you want to come to the workshop. It's really fun. We have a blast. And it's a great time to play with pens and inks with me. So thank you again. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you all for making the San Francisco Pen Show experience absolutely wonderful for me. So take care, everyone. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.